Did you know that 1% of bugs cause an incredible 50% of all operating and system errors? Well, thanks to our Windows XP error reporting dialog box, we do. As a result, we have reduced system errors in our consumer products by over 80%. The success of this feature has encouraged us to extend and enhance it for you, the professionals. We know that your job depends on stable systems, and as our research has shown, the pain of system failure is real. We believe that if our customers are experiencing pain, Microsoft employees should share that pain with them. This is where We Share Your Pain, or WeSIP, comes in.
It's really fundamentally about making us as programmers, as developers, the techie side of things, if you like, making us more accountable to the people that are using our products. An error box comes up like this one, for example. What the WeSIP system does is it actually analyses the stack sent back by that error dialog box. It uses that to identify the person, the actual programmer that wrote the piece of code that's caused the problem. We can now see that it's Mike Pulteney in the Active Directories team. We can now decide on what way we want to express the frustration he's caused us. So we can choose one of the options here. I'm going to choose the jab. I'll just turn up the volume here because we can hear him as well. It's all part of the experience. And here we go. Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's still suffering from that right now.
Let's take a look at the technology behind this great breakthrough.
The first feature I'm going to talk to you about is called the Micro Stun. This is connected to a cranked up TENS machine. The electricity will generate through these arm sleeves. Micro impacts, okay. 4 stages. The back of the chair releases back and thrusts forward into the person sitting into the chair. Yeah, very good. Micro jab. 2 needles are released from the bottom of the chair into the fleshy part of the buttocks. Unorthodox in some ways, but it's very effective. It's more people-related.
Microsoft has got the best programmers, we hope, in the world, and this program will help them to share, understand the users in a very direct way.
We want to experience what the user goes through.
I'm really keen to get in touch with the customers.
The more commitment that we can show and the better we can get by doing this, then I think that's good news for everybody.
The future also looks exciting. We are developing WeSIP ejection, a staff motivation feature that pinpoints programmers with poor bug ingress records. Amazingly, while making this film, we witnessed the first ever WeSIP ejection at Microsoft UK office.
Pan round, pan round.
Microsoft, connecting with the IT community for a pain-free future.
One of the consultants sent an email to one of our internal mailing lists about a year ago and said, my customer just got their domain controller stolen. Are they in trouble? Oh, do you think? At which point he responds back with a priceless message that said, oh no, it's okay, the police found it, we plugged it back in, we're in good shape now. Oh!
How many times have you seen someone say, our website is secure because it uses 128 bits of encryption? Which encryption? If it's 128 bits of symmetric encryption, well, that's very nice, thank you very much, but what about the asymmetric part? If you use 128 bits over there, then it's ridiculously unsafe.
If you read the sentence, it actually kind of is almost humorous. It says, by default, the computer is set to use a greater share of processor time to run your programs, as opposed to what? Somebody else's programs?
So we always tend to think of availability, like whenever I ask somebody, what would you think of for SQL Server's availability story? I almost always get clustering, right? What is going to improve availability? There's actually a whole bunch of other options.
I run a real funky lab. And what I mean by that is we run a large variety of Linux distributions, more than any reasonable person would ever run, in the neighborhood of 50 to 60 different types of Linux distributions.
We really believe deeply, deeply, deeply in the value of database and the goodness of database and the power of having database at the root of applications.
If you want to be good, there are a few things that you need to know. You got to say, I don't know. These are my 3 favorite words because then I don't have to worry about it anymore, right? I don't know. Or you need to know how to say, that's not allowed, without giving away the fact that you don't know. Think about every firewall administrator you've ever met. You need to know how to say, it's not my fault, even though you really did screw up. You need to know how to deflect blame toward others. This is how you can say, it's not my fault. Or, seriously, you need to know how to speak the language of network communications. And this is the point of this session here today.